Yeah, twice.
Better you than me.
That's nice.
Arnold Schwarzenegger disrupting the Bourne legacy at the box office as The Expendables 2 takes the top slot. We're going right now to Michelle Kung. She's in Los Angeles to tell us about this. The Expendables 2, I mean, you've got all the big players in there, even if they're aging a little bit. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chuck Norris. Tell us, though, this film didn't do quite as well as the first Expendables, did it?
No, it actually made a little bit less money, even though it actually was building upon the success of the first one, and it had even more stars than the first one.
So this movie earning about $28.8 million. The first one earned about $34.8 million. Throws back the Bourne legacy. How did the Bourne? It did come in number 2. How did the Bourne legacy fare this time around, money-wise?
I mean, it's holding up pretty well. I mean, it's also a film that's based on a fourth film in a franchise, and so therefore, you know, a lot of people saw it last week, and they're continuing on this week.
At $17 million in its second week, the Bourne legacy. Are they feeling that it's holding up to what the other Bourne films have done, or not quite?
It hasn't quite made as much money as the last Bourne films, but I think they're expecting that because it's sort of a reboot of that franchise, since it has a different actor as the main star. You know, you have Jeremy Renner as opposed to Matt Damon.
Close on the heels is Paranorman taking the third spot. What's the premise of that film, Michelle?
Well, it's a stop-motion animated film, and it's about a little boy who can actually talk to dead people, even though that nobody else can. So it's a story about him kind of communicating with, like, you know, zombies that are coming back and, you know, all these other sort of supernatural creatures.
Now, a film starring two of the funniest men I know out there, Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis. I mean, Zach Galifianakis could just say the word "the" and I would probably start laughing. But they're out with the film The Campaign. That comes in at number 4. Why do you think this is doing so well?
It's a comedy that, you know, all the other big releases this week weren't in the same genre. It's something that did well last week and it had good word of mouth, and so people are still going. There's fewer. I think there's fewer movies that are released in August, so there's, you know, people are going to go see like the genre that they want to see.
The genre, the two pitting the two, battling for a congressional seat in my home state of North Carolina. In 5th place, Sparkle. This may well be the late Whitney Houston's final performance. How did Sparkle do? And more importantly, who is this film appealing to audience-wise?
This film is appealing to, I mean, it's based on a more classic film that was made earlier on. So it's definitely appealing to people that love musicals, that are fans of that film. And it's based on a musical, as I said, so people that are fans of that genre.